What's up, y'all? What's going on? This Savage. Try to get this light out of my eyes here so y'all can see. What's up, everybody? Well, I said something. You read the title, Addressing Mr. Shabazz. I ain't call him Mr. Man. But we're going to keep it respectful, as I am a respectful man. As I try to treat people the way they want to be treated, but some people you can't, because these are some of the people that you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that don't have common sense or don't even have the ability. Take this off. Don't even have the audacity to respect women. Now let's bark upon this tree for a little bit, because this man Shabazz, not only do he disrespect people, he's a disrespectful young man. Sometimes you have people that disrespect, I guess your mama didn't whoop you enough or punish you enough to be a respectful person. Well, on the day that he saw me, he play all hard and play all this and play all that, but he was very respectful to me. He was very respectful to my wife. All the street, man, you don't have to play street, man. Street just in some people. You don't have to, because if you're playing street just ain't gonna help you. You gotta be in the streets or be out of the streets. It's one or the other. Most men my age or even his age, I don't know how old he is. He's probably a bit older than me, but probably about in his 50s or 55 or close to Rob's age. But I think that most people in the age of 40 and up, let's just use that number. The number 40 and up, we're talking about Shabazz. Most people at that age, they're respectful. Most people, they have common sense. And most people know how to talk without having a cuss word come out of their mouth every 5 minutes. Well, rest assured, guys, we're going to have a conversation, but there won't be no cussing on there. Because at the end of the day, we have to respect people, whether they're right or wrong. And that's one thing I can tell you. The same thing I'm telling you now. So let's get into it. I'm going to play a little bit of Mr. Shabazz conversation that he just had about 7 hours ago. And then I'm going to stop it and I'm going to break it down for him. So I'm going to play what he's saying. And then I'm going to address what he's saying, so we can have a clear understanding about this man. Are y'all with me? So if y'all with me, put some hearts up to something. Let's play some stuff that he got going on. Then I'm going to address every single thing that I let him play or allow him to play on here. Because some things I'm not going to play on here because he's cussing or he's using profanity. That's what most people want to say. You want to use profanity, in which a grown man don't have to use profanity to get his point across. Not at all. You can get upset. Only dogs get mad. Only dogs get upset. I hope he's not an animal, but the way he's acting right now, he's acting like an animal. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's play a little bit of Mr. Shabazz.
Homie. Now, let me tell you this, my man. First and foremost, I understand the psychology
This is
of the
Mr.
man.
Shabazz.
I understand the psychology of the streets. What I do not respect, though, is the psychology of a bitch. Now, you have the option to take that direct and act as if I am calling you a bitch, or you have the option to be a man and understand what I'm saying. And if you feel like what I'm about to say falls into the bitch category, feel free. Feelings are free, dog. Now, let me justify why I'm saying what I'm saying and how I'm about to say it. Listen, man. When people have secretive hatred toward you or things that you say, they need to have something to justify confronting it. Understand what I'm saying? I'm going to give you guys an example. A great example is someone tells the truth about something. There are people listening. They know what the person is saying is true. So they can't confront them about the truth that they've told. So instead, they nitpick within the story of the truth. Let me break that down for you. It is like reading something in the newspaper. And the story could be a headline or it could be a second.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about what the truth is. The true story, strong story. The truth is that when Shabazz met me, I was in the courtroom here to see my daughter on TMZ. I'll say it again. Gerald Johnson, Gerald, which is John Jalone's brother, was next to me. Say was next to him. I'm looking straight forward at the elevator. All of a sudden, some dude, which I don't know his name, but I know his name now, Shabazz, comes in front of me. And these are my exact words to him. And he's about this close to me. I said, look, man, I don't know who you are or who you come here for, but I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to tell you what I'm finna tell you. When that little girl come out that elevator, and if you don't move, I'm going to make you move. Period. That ain't a man that's being hard. That ain't a man that's being threatened. That's a man that's concerned about his daughter. And let me tell you something. A man will walk through mountains for his kids. A man will do everything possible to make sure his kids are okay. And I'm going to tell you this because at the end of the day, this man is at the courthouse. Why is he at the courthouse, first of all? Because this is a daughter. My daughter had got into it with Azarel, and they was at the courthouse. So first of all, why are you there? You there for a documentary? You trying to get me on your documentary? Because I didn't ask for you to come see me. I didn't ask for you to come jump at a courthouse, and you could have been anywhere in the world. But why you come to the courthouse? Is you such a filmmaker? Are you such a man of honor? Are you such, and you come to the courthouse? Because you want to put me on your little film, man. And I told you I wasn't interested. Period. So when a guy is upset, and why would I be upset with him and he came seeking me out? Because I wouldn't be on his film? Because I didn't want to play a part in his role on his film? These are the things that we're talking about, people. The man is too disrespectful. He disrespect my daughter, Jocelyn. He called all bitches and hoes and all that, but at the same time, you want to be a supporter for R. Kelly and say, oh, I announced that Jocelyn got herpes or whatever. Let's talk about that a little bit. When you at war with someone, right? And war was with R. Kelly, it wasn't with my daughter. But R. Kelly thought that because he had some type of disease that was uncurable, or he had something that everybody was talking about in court, which is on the court records. So we was on a talk show. And I know and his wife, R. Kelly's wife, sitting right there next to me when I said it. So was I trying to hurt my daughter? No. War is war. I'm trying to bring this man to justice for what he has done to every single young girl, every young man that he has given something to, whether it's herpes or something else. And at that time, it was a feasible time to make the announcement of what he has done to my daughter, what he has done to other young women that's afraid to even come out and say it, because who wants to come out and say that? Nobody. No man. So if you want to call me bitter or call me and say that I did that because I'm trying to collect, who trying to collect fame off of telling somebody that their daughter had herpes from a R&B singer? I don't know, no man. But are you trying to protect other young ladies that's out here that could cause to get herpes from a musician that has been having sex with multiple men and multiple women and kids and children, whatever it may be? That's wrong. You cannot treat women like that. You cannot do that. So that was my reason for coming out and saying that. Was I wrong? Yes, I was wrong. I admit that. And then the man wanted to say, let's get back into it a little bit more. He wanted to say that it's got to be a reason why you want to see your daughter so bad. It is a reason why I want to see my daughter so bad. There's two reasons why. For one, on my daddy's deathbed, he told me to make sure that his granddaughter come back to see him, because she did talk to him once before he died. And I promised him, and I said it again, and I said it before, I promised him that I will bring her to his grave so he can have peace, and she can have peace to know her granddad always been there for her. Even her grandmother said yesterday. And I didn't bring my mother. By the way, let's talk about that. I didn't bring my mother on the air yesterday. My mother walked upstairs. She heard what was going on. And she wasn't on the picture, by the way. She just came up here and spoke her piece, because it's been hurting her as long as anybody. It's been hurting her. That's her granddaughter. She has that right to talk about it. That's her blood. And for somebody to say, pull my cap, man, please. Bro, I don't have people next to me. The people I have next to me, you know nothing about, brother. You have no idea who's next to me. You have no idea what I'm capable of. You have no idea who I mess with. If you think you know me, you don't know me, brother. That's just keeping it real. So for you to act all bad and all this, talking about somebody gonna go peel your cap, you know that's considered, those terms are considered a threat, right? So you want to be in the same boat as the other guy that said a threat to me? You can be. It can happen. At the end of the day, that can happen for you. You keep on doing what you're doing and keep saying what you're saying, it can happen, brother. You got to know how to talk on this YouTube here, because you can mess up and say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, brother. You can end up where he was. You don't want to do that, because I don't mind putting you there. I promise you. I don't mind putting you there. We're going to talk like gentlemen. We're not going to talk like people who doesn't have the right mind and want to say F a young lady, or screw a young lady, or say negative things to a woman. You came from a woman. You came from a woman, and you want to sit there and talk bad about a woman. Your mama should be disappointed in you right now. She should. And there's no disrespect to your parents, but she should be disappointed in you. The way I know she raised you better than that. I know she did. You should think twice before you say anything come out your mouth. You really should. Because certain things can come out your mouth can get you in trouble, son. They can. So the one reason was for my father. That's the reason why I'm so caught up in getting my daughter back. The next reason is for my family. For all of us. We're a tight-knit family. Period. And I promise you, you don't want to stir up the hornet's nest in this family. I'm telling you now. The best thing you can do, partner, is keep your name and keep your mouth off of my mama. So my mama didn't have nothing to do with you. She didn't say nothing negative about you, anything like that. But brother, my mama was well taken care of. Where she lives, she's well taken care of. Nobody's gonna come through there and do anything crazy over there. I promise you that. Because all the blame will point back to you, brother. You don't want that. You really don't want that. You don't want the other savage boys on you, man. You don't want that, brother. So let's move past that and respect your parents. Respect my mom, and I'm gonna respect your parents as they should be. You know your mama taught you better respect than what you're saying right now. So, and you just don't. You're just a disrespectful young man. Why would you even sit there and say certain things about African American women or women? Period. You would beat on a woman. Why would you even say that in your podcast? If I was everybody, and I'm just going to tell you, if you're a woman, whether you support R. Kelly or support Joy or support me, you know, at this point, we need to mute Shabazz. We need to mute him. Because at the end of the day, young lady, young woman, or young man, if a man is coming on here, on YouTube, and calling you all type of B's and all type of H and O's and all that, and then disrespecting you as a woman, as a brand, that's a problem. Because as a woman, you should treat them better than that, brother. You hear me getting on here calling no woman no B words? How can you sit there and you beat on women? And you sit there and think it's okay to beat on a woman? You said it out of your own mouth. Go back to your you may erase your podcast by now. Because if you go to his podcast, he clearly admitted that he beat on women. Coward. A coward beat on women. A coward. You know, I don't want to call you a coward, but you said out your own mouth that you beat on women. You know, you can have an argument, you can have a discussion, you can get a heated moment with a significant other. I have heated moments all the time. My wife, they don't mean I'm gonna beat on her. They don't mean I'm gonna touch her. I mean I'm gonna do something crazy. You follow me? You don't have to do those things to prove a point. I think personally that you need to be back in jail. If you want to hit a woman, there's no reason for that at all. Period. I'm talking besides all this R. Kelly. Put all the R. Kelly stuff to the side. Let's just talk about you for a second and your demeanor. You know, you come off as, when you see somebody in person, they all nice. You come off on this YouTube like you all bad. Like you F the world. Son, let me tell you something. You don't have to do that. Only thing you got to do is come on here and state the facts, not truth. The facts is that I wasn't up there during the time of the fight. You said I was up there when the fight happened. That's the reason why I wanted to check you, because you said I was up there when the fight happened. I was not. Matter of fact, I told you what had happened. That's the reason why I put out the facts about TMZ, that I was on TMZ and the TMZ had caught me there. And then I told you, and you knew, probably because I put out a video. If y'all recall, I put out a video about R. Kelly's whole apartment. I didn't never deny to say I wasn't up there, brother, but I wasn't up there when you saying that I saw the fight or I caused my daughter to be in a fight. Are you serious? I was the first person to say, I want neither one of these young ladies to be up here fighting over this man. And I don't want no woman should fight over a man. No woman. It's a million men out here. And this man don't want you, move on. It's simple. Move on. There's no reason to fight. And I guarantee you, the Clarice would have felt the same way I felt. The father would have felt the same way. Any father. It ain't got to be me or the Clarice. It can be any father. So for you to sit there and call my daughter bitches and hoes, and I hate to say that word because it's not fair to the black ladies. But that's what you said. You call them all type of names. Bro, it's just not right. Just not right. So you need to understand what you're doing to the African American woman. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they need to actually mute your broadcast. Everybody just need to stop following you, stop looking at you. After the night, brother, I won't even have another word to say about your broadcast. Because I can't stand an African American male that will actually speak horrible on African American women or any woman, or want to beat on a woman. You're a coward. That's what they are. That's what they call men that beat on women. Cowards. They call them that in jail. You know? And like you say you I think I ain't no possibility, but let's get back into some of this stuff, man. Let's get back into some of this other stuff you talking about.
Article. You know what the article is saying is this lady ain't got nothing to do with it. Why does this nigga got his mama there? You the motherfucking nigga that talk all this tough guy shit, right? I'm giving you an example. And you talking. And then a nigga challenge you on it, right? And nigga say, you know what, I'm tired of this nigga talking. And what he does is he pop up at your door. You come to the window, and the first thing you scream is, Mama! Wait a minute, what, nigga? Why are you calling your mama? Just open the door and went outside and whip this nigga ass.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, my mama don't stay with me, partner. Grown man my age, 40 years old, don't have your mother staying with you. Another thing I told you, there's multiple ways you can handle things without putting up fists, but I will. There's no pressure, brother. But at the end of the day, you need to know how you're handling yourself on your podcast, because your podcast, it doesn't fit women at all. So let's continue to listen.
You know why you do that? Because you need somebody to break that shit up, or you need somebody that you hope has the respect to say, yo, I'm not gonna fuck with you in front of your mama, dog. I'll get you tomorrow. You need an old school nigga who believes that, you know what, I'm not about to bust this nigga because he with his girl and his baby. There is an honor in the code.
And he want to talk about code. Let's talk about the code for a second. And we're gonna get on this. Let's talk about the code for a second. I don't know no person that's over 40. The code is to disrespect a woman, call all type of names, and think it's all right. Not one person. Not one. And if you are like that, shame on you, because you shouldn't be like that. You really shouldn't. And I'm trying to play this podcast with this soul.
But for the older niggas,
he cuss about everything
don't do.
Before I can,
I'm not about to take your life in front of your son. I'm going to take your life, but I'm not going to do it in front of your son. And one of the reasons why is because I might end up taking your son's life. See, when you respect the game, you respect the game. You respect everything that comes with it. That is the game. And nigga, I am the guard keeper of the motherfucking game. I am the gatekeeper of that shit. So I respect the game. So even though I think you're a fucking coward and I think you're a fucking clown, I'm still gonna hit you with the message. And the message is, nigga, don't you ever put your mama in harm's way. Never.
Nah, I just told this guy, my mama's never gonna be in harm's way, partner. Never. Never. I promise you that. I promise you that on my life, that she would never be in harm's way. That's just real talk from me to you. And that's being real. Never will my mother be in harm's way, brother. Never. You playing with yourself when you say stuff like that. That's what I told you, man. You playing with yourself now. Stop. Stop doing that, man. You trying to bring my mother into something that you don't need to know about, brother. You need to stop that. You need to be a man and respect what other men do. And that's just being real. Be a man. Don't be a coward.
That's just how it's supposed to go. Kick her ass out the bed and make her sleep on the couch. Put my mama on this camera. It is what came with the game at the time. You understand? I am not proud of it. That is not something that I'm saying I believe in. It is what came with the game at the time. But what has stayed with time is it can be a male or a female. And the reason why is because we signed a verbal mutual agreement before we got involved with each other. And a part of my verbal mutual agreement was stated to you when I started falling in love with your ass that if you cheat on me or you steal from me, I am going to address it violently. You agreed. So it ain't like it's something that you didn't know what was coming. It's the same shit in the streets. Like, nigga, if you come stick me up and you let me live, I'm killing you. I'm not calling the police. Like, that's a street mentality. So when that kind of shit happens, how do people be surprised and say, well, why did this happen and this, that, and the other? And that? Nigga, you're not a part of that lifestyle and you're not in that game, so you don't understand. And I understand that, but what I also understand is why even bother explaining it to your ass? Because you ain't in that game. You ain't in that life. But then you have certain things that should just be normal because you are a man. And this is what men do. Nigga, you're supposed to protect your family at all costs, at all times. You never involve your wife. You never involve your mama. You never involve your daughter or your son under any circumstances. That is something that is sacred. Your family. You do whatever the fuck you have to do to protect them. You don't put them in a line of fire. Nigga, you put them in a line of fire. You running around in a line of fire. And remember now, I'm still keeping it respectful because, nigga, even though we seen each other in the courthouse, you knew who I was. I didn't really know who you was. You a little nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't even worth my fucking attention. I respected the game in the courthouse simply because I knew what you were going through with your daughter. Don't sit up here and try to front like, yo, you gave me a pass or this dude. Like, nigga, listen, first of all, I'm not even from Chicago. I'm from New York. But, nigga, I got niggas in Chicago. You were in court in Chicago, family court. Nigga, there was niggas there with me. That's how I got the footage. That's number one. Number two, you had to get back in a plane, to a hotel, wherever the fuck, and get back to Atlanta. Nigga, I don't got no beef with you like.
Now he knows that he the one drove. Now, see, guys, that's how you know you're dealing with somebody. This man drove me, my wife, my mother-in-law, which rest her soul, and Jerry back to the hotel. And the thing that he had on his little show, the thing that he has on his little front piece, he asked us, could he get that footage? And I told him, yeah, no worries. You can get that footage. But the guy is acting like he don't understand what is going down. He act like what he's saying, what he said was it true? Was it the truth? It wasn't the truth, guys. Everything I said yesterday was facts. I tell you what, let's do this. Let's do this. Since he want to mention the courthouse, if somebody can get me to tape the audio, because they do record in the courthouse, the audio and the courthouse, and show what he talking about he was doing this, that dude got out of my way and moved on. I paid $1,000. Simple. That's how deep it is. And we'll expose it on YouTube so we can show this dude. Dude, nobody has beef with you, bro. Let's just tell the truth. That's all we want, man. That's what I've been trying to say since day one. We want everybody to tell the truth. I want R. Kelly to come out. I want them to tell the truth. Don't sit out there and make up something or use Joy. Use Joy name every time you put up something. Why you gotta put my daughter's name on your podcast from the get-go? Why you gotta even mention my daughter's name? You say you're working on other projects. Why? Do you need money that bad? Do you need money so you can actually, make money on your podcast? That's sad, bro. You shouldn't have to do all that, man. I respected you on the podcast yesterday. I said it. But when you came back with this crap, bro, nah, it's no respect there. No, it's disrespect. And I'm going to tell you something. And I say it again. People, we need to stop supporting people like this. And how you stop supporting, same way you did R. Kelly, the same way you do this. Just mute his channel. If he's not telling the truth, if he's not speaking the truth, if he's not doing right, if he's not supporting women, he's talking bad about women, why would you support his channel? Because the channel hadn't been out that long. Why? Why would he even do a channel? Do he need the money? Maybe it was. I don't know. See, that's the reason why we're talking. But anyway, guys, we have to continue on. Let's hear some more of this garbage that he's talking about, or hear some more what things that he has to say. Because I want it all to come out. See, I don't take
I'm investigating the story. So although I let you feel however you felt, I walked away because you're not a threat. There was no need for us to be violent. I've been in situations with niggas in a courtroom where we were both threatening to be violent to each other. Me and your situation wasn't like that. So why the fuck you get on YouTube trying to talk all that old tough guy, tough tone shit? And I clearly posted.
First of all, nobody got on YouTube talking tough. I don't have to talk tough, bro. What I do have to do is tell the truth of what happened at the courthouse. Like you said. Like you said, just what they just heard. So I didn't have no beef with you. I moved out the way. Because I told you. I said, man, look, I had no beef with you, bro. I said, my daughter is coming through that wall or coming through that elevator. If you still standing there, I'm going to move you. I have nothing personal against you. But if you're in my way to see my daughter, we got a problem. Period. It's simple. It's nothing more than that. You know, nothing more than that, bro. Let's move forward. Let's play some more of his shenanigans.
Oh, you got my number. You got my number now, nigga. Well, one of my numbers maybe because I've changed another number. So you might have one on my phone. Whatever the case is, there was a way to get in contact with me. You could have DM'd me and said, yo, nigga, let's call on, you know, whatever that fucking service is so we don't know each other's numbers, and I would have called you.
Well, I tell you what.
Like what I'm doing right now, actually is on some bitch status shit.
Like he said on that, dude, if you on the chat right now, put your number up there. And me and you can have a one-on-one conversation. Like I said, man, I ain't got time for that. Come on, let's keep talking.
Going back and forth with a nigga. Dog, you don't got no grounds to going back and forth with me. And I don't think you should have grounds going back and forth with anybody. What you should do is continue on with your life, let your daughter live hers, and shut the fuck up. That's how I feel about it, especially when you ain't got no wings. You ain't got no wings because you're not respectable as far as I'm concerned. Your wife ain't, Joyce ain't even respectable. Do you know she believes she can fly now and them titties is on wings, and any chance she gets to flop them motherfuckers out, she gonna drop them in a
women, y'all respect this type of guy though, right?
How the fuck is you running around talking about respect? There ain't no respect about none of that. And that's not even taking a fucking swipe or a diss at her. It's true.
This is the type of man you want to respect.
If she don't even got to respect, yo, you know, let me tell you something. And some people ain't gonna understand this. And I used to really think like this. I don't think like this anymore. But there was a time where I was so pro-black that I would never even consider fucking with somebody other than being black because I felt it was disrespect to my mom. That's how strong of a bond I had with my mom. So I understand the mother-son bond. But I felt like, yo, I'm not gonna bring a white girl in the house. I'm not going to bring no Puerto Rican girl in the house. I'm not going to bring nothing but a black woman in the house, and that will be an ode to my mother. You understand that? You don't even have enough effect. You don't even have enough strength to have instilled that in your fucking daughter because she running around fucking with crooked-ass lawyers' friends and throwing her titties up in their mouth.
See what I'm talking about? So you black women, y'all support his page.
But you know what? She's so far gone now that she need that R. Kelly life. She's that R. Kelly money. And guess what? Arabs do get money, son. So I'm not even knocking them on that point. She could have took her ass like Asriel did to Dubai and got the highest price bidder that was available. Because, you know, they do have a fetish. Black women are fetishized. You do know that, right? Everybody wants to sleep with a black woman. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. They could be the head of the Ku Klux fucking clan. If they can get a black woman, they gonna definitely try to get a black woman. And that shit is universal, dog. So she had any kind of common sense. What she should have did was saved up, got a passport, and took her ass to another country and got some money, and then came back and supported R. Kelly. You got the nerve to be mad because your daughter is so fucking dumb. She can't even get fucking find a way to pay her rent.
But Jocelyn
she's a female.
Is out here dealing with some of these R. Kelly folks.
Like, dog.
Like
and you know what?
Right
She's probably mad at you because you want me to tell you something. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you now.
Keep it
I'm
100,
gonna keep it some barbershop talk. Okay. You done fucked up her even having the right to sell pussy because don't nobody want no pussy that in the situation that you said she had. So she can't even do that on the low. You done blew that up. Why would she want to fuck with you, nigga? Like, and I'm not even trying to be low and take shots. I'm just telling you the facts of what it is. You robbed her of her opportunity to be a paid hoe. So how much money is she gonna make letting niggas suck her titties? She's not. And you talk about, well, she had a store when she was 26 or how old she is. You know,
see, she wasn't 26, she was 19.
Where all that shit at Maryland, dog? Now, let me tell you about a hustler. Nigga, when I first came to fucking Chicago, I was coming to Chicago selling fake Gucci. You know what that means? Nigga, I was getting on a Greyhound bus, right? And I was going to Canal Street. I was going downtown on 26th Street. And I was loading up and buying 1,000 fucking scarves that says Chanel and Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Back then, them scarves cost $1. I could bring them shits back to Chicago and sell them for $10. It got to a point where my money started flipping real quick. So there would be designs on certain t-shirts that were in New York, right? And they started getting crazy with the prices. So the wholesale price was different than the scarf. They may say, I want $18 for a shirt. For example, I'll take it up to today. A shirt that says Supreme on it. Everybody knows what's Supreme.
This guy goes into talking about me, talking about joy. Then he goes and have a reminisce back in the past or whatever he did. You know, he's not pulling no facts, no fiction. No, he just all over the place. This is what I'm talking about, guys, and y'all want to listen to this guy. You proud to listen to this guy. He's a fool. Really. The guy really had any common sense, he would tell me he's sorry. A black man, let me paint a picture for you. A black man has raised his daughter from birth. Yeah, she got caught up in a bad situation. She was in college. And she got caught up with this so-called R. Kelly singer. But at the end of the day, you had a daughter in this situation. You had a daughter that went through something like this. But you do everything in your power to help get up out of a situation. What do you think she got in the situation, or how she got in the situation? Whatever you think about me. But as an African-American father, he's going to do everything he can to save his daughter, because it's not about what type of disease or whatever type of thing she's got going on, what he says anyhow, or what she's doing. I love my daughter unconditionally. Yeah, we have our moments. We all have our moments. We argue with everybody. We have a disagreement with everybody. But at the end of the day, family is family. Regardless of how you look at it, family is family. No matter what you say or no matter what you do, she's still my daughter. Nothing you can do to change that. Nothing. Whether she's my daughter from now, or whether she see me in 10 years, whether she see me in 5 years, whether she see me tomorrow, she's still my daughter. And you know, at the end of the day, you have no respect for African-American women. You just said it. You have no respect for no women, but you really have no disrespect. You have no respect for African-American women. You said it, y'all heard it. You know, his whole mindset has really changed. I think he needs old American, African American women an apology. He's disrespectful. And that's what I want y'all to see tonight. Not about who's the baddest black man talking. Not about who's the black man that's going to put their hands up and fight. We want to talk about the most disrespectful black man ever. And that's Shabazz. Period. Man say he'll beat a woman. He'll kick a woman. He'll whore out. He'll do everything he can. And he'll do everything, you know, nothing against his religion. He'll take women with him and kill himself, whatever. I don't know. But at the end of the day, guys, he's disrespectful to the African American woman. And why would you listen to this podcast? I do not know. God, he sins all the time. When I say sins, that means he cuss. He's a sworn sinner all the time. He cuss more than anybody you ever know. You know, people are allowed to have some words sometime, but he's everything he do on every one of his shows, he's talking. He's saying he's keeping it real, but he's not. You know, it's hard. You know, the way he talk about African American women is hard. So let's continue on to hear this man talk a little bit more. Let's continue on to hear him talk and see how he disrespect African American women.
Stands for it's a part of Louis Vuitton. So you know what I'll do? I'll go to the Mexicans, and I'm just keeping it 100. I'll buy some fucking t-shirts, some white goddamn t-shirts, and just have them put fucking Supreme on there. What's the difference in me putting Supreme on the shirt and buying a knockoff, Jalone? Like, you niggas can come one by one by one. I wouldn't give a fuck, nigga. Ain't nothing sweet about me, dog. And these heads don't, I'm not on some beat up women type shit. Yo, unfortunately, what happened in my past happened in my past. I will protect a black woman any day, all day. But, yo, she violates. Son, there's just some things you just can't do. If you can't understand that being man or woman, I don't know what to explain to you. But the point is, I don't got no problem with giving it to a nigga. Yo, this is a anybody get it type shit. Especially if you coming in my house with your bullshit. I didn't come in your house, man. I didn't come in your house to say nothing wrong to none of your people. I gave my opinion. And because my opinion is something you felt was disrespectful, you decided that you wanted to respond, but you responded to the wrong.
Let's say this here. He didn't give an opinion. Opinion means that, I'm going to state that this happened or that happened. And I'm going to feed off of what happened. So I'm going to give my opinion on the story. No, he said, I was here at this time. I was doing this at this time. If he just said, hey, Savage was up in Chicago, you know, he went through R. Kelly's house and took pictures. Yeah. But no, he wanted to finagle the story some. He wanted to make it a little bit white lie. That's what we can call it. And you call them people what? Frauds. Not only he's a woman beater. Not only y'all just heard it. He just said it. He'll beat a woman. She can get it. Dude can get it too. I know dudes can get it all day, but she can get it. You know, man, do y'all really want to support this guy? He's sick. Do you really want to support this guy? If you are Kelly fan and y'all really want to talk about somebody, y'all need to stop watching his channel. Y'all need to stop dealing with him. You know, I'm just saying, because I didn't say it that I would beat a woman. I didn't say that she can get it. He said that. This guy Shabazz said that, man. He said on his own podcast. I'm playing it. So that's the reason why I'm like, I don't understand. You know, it's disrespectful. He's a disrespectful guy. You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, I guess.
Nigga.
So let's continue to listen.
That right here, because I've said more than enough. And I've also went outside of character by even addressing this shit.
A character, you got a character all the time.
You know, like I need to stay focused on the projects I'm working on. But I'm just gonna give you an advance warning. Nigga, if you come back and you say something, I'm gonna come hit you with some facts. Because dog, listen to what I'm telling you. And this is on my mama. And my mama is dead, son. Hear what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on my baby son. You're my man. I take notes. Understand that. Your daughter is in my notepad. Get what I'm telling you. I'm not threatening you. I want this shit to be publicly heard. Motherfucker, you can record this shit and send it to the DA. I wouldn't give a fuck because there's no threats. I'm giving you a motherfucking promise as a journalist. And nigga, I tell stories.
You tell lies. That's what we're talking about.
Don't end up being a character in one of my stories.
I want to be one of the characters. Because you know what? I would never pay no attention to your shit anymore. Y'all heard me cuss one time.
To you. And so, as far as your wife, your shorty, you got more balls than that nigga do. You had the nerve to sit on screen like you had a dick. You ready to talk shit to me. Like, yo, lady, stay in your place, yo. Stay in your place. I don't got no beef with you. But your ass ain't gonna be coming at me neither. And I don't give a fuck that you got a husband. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you step up and you act like a nigga, I'm gonna treat you like a motherfucking nigga. Bottom up, you already look like one. So it ain't gonna be hard to do. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck. If you gonna expose Shabazz for what? Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna let this go. I came into this game as is. Excuse me. As is. What you gonna expose about me? I wouldn't give a fuck what you say about me. I am always going to be exactly whoever the fuck I am. And who don't like it, you can't accept it, you keep it moving. I'm not begging for your acceptance or validation. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck with nobody in this industry. You want me to tell you something? In all honesty, I think that's why the niggas in the industry who can't respected me, because I ain't give a fuck about if they was gonna accept me or not, or I got a secret. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know, I'm a man at the end of the day. A man, not a gangster. And I know sometimes, man, I believe in what I say because I'm raising men. And I am going to show them how to be a man. And whatever comes with the game, comes with the game. And I done gave you motherfuckers too much attention on this. And I apologize because I came in with a good feeling. And I want to keep the good feeling. So with that being said,
y'all know who y'all dealing with. You know what type of person he is. He's a woman beater. He's doing everything he can to make a dollar. You know, we have to understand, some people just need to be quiet. From this point on, I'm going to leave this alone with Shabazz, because at the end of the day, this guy here, he's a woman beater, man. I can't even associate myself with bullcrap like that, man. I can't even associate myself to even go on his channel. Period. This is just real talk. You gotta need to understand, your queen is your woman. Play chess. Checkmate. I'll holler. Peace.